Quick disclaimer, information in this podcast is for general informational purposes only and is not intended to be treated as medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare team before making changes to your diet, lifestyle, supplementation, or medication.
Have you ever wondered why your blood sugar is higher in the morning, even though you haven't eaten all night? Listen in as we unravel the mystery behind those frustrating morning glucose spikes and share actionable tips to help you start your day with better control.
Welcome to Type 2 Diabetes Talk, the place where we chat about what really works to treat type 2 diabetes and prediabetes naturally with nutrition and lifestyle. If you're looking to optimize blood sugar and A1C, lose weight, reduce medications, and improve your overall health, this is the place to be. Now, here's your host, Type 2 Diabetes Nutrition Specialist, Dr. Jeddah.
Hello everyone, Dr. Jeddah here and welcome to episode 38. I'm thrilled to have you join me today for a very popular topic that many of you have asked about, morning blood sugar levels. Morning blood sugar levels, also known as fasting blood sugar, are the glucose levels in your blood when you first wake up, before eating or drinking anything. Many people with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes notice that their blood sugar is higher in the morning, and it can be quite puzzling. For instance, Margaret asked, "Why are morning readings higher than lunch or dinner?" Sue asked, "Why are morning levels high? Why do they happen and how to control them?" Myra said, "My issues are before breakfast. My readings are between 101 to 122. What can I do to stay between 70 to 100? Marcy, a person I was working with, always had 3 big question marks against her morning readings. Yep, without a doubt, high blood sugar in the morning, it does stump many people. Logically, it just doesn't make sense. If you haven't eaten all night, you'd expect your levels to be lower, right? Not higher. So what exactly is the deal here? This is a crucial subject because understanding your blood sugar patterns can make a significant difference in managing your diabetes effectively. It's also important because elevated morning sugar levels can impact your overall blood sugar control throughout the day, influencing your energy levels, mood, and even your long-term health. By understanding the factors that affect your morning blood sugar and learning how to manage them, or even better yet, ways to treat the high levels, you can take better control of your diabetes and improve your quality of life too. So in today's episode, we'll explore why morning blood sugar levels tend to be higher, the common causes behind this phenomenon, and most importantly, practical strategies you can use to manage and lower those morning readings. So let's get started and unravel the mystery. Firstly, let me just say that your high levels are not your fault, and don't panic. There is a reason for it, and it's called the dawn phenomenon or dawn effect. The dawn phenomenon is a term used to describe an early morning rise in blood sugar levels, and typically this occurs between around 2 a.m. and 8 a.m. This rise happens naturally even if you haven't eaten anything. For people living with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, this can result in higher than desired blood sugar readings first thing in the morning, which can be frustrating and confusing, as many of you well know. The reason that it happens, this dawn phenomenon, all comes down to your body's natural hormonal rhythms and the body's natural circadian clock. During the early morning hours, your body prepares to wake up by releasing certain hormones. These hormones include growth hormone, cortisol, and catecholamines like adrenaline and noradrenaline. This change in hormones occurs to stimulate our awakening, to get us moving and to give us energy. During this process, these hormones trigger the liver to release glucose into the bloodstream. That's right, the liver can produce glucose by breaking down body stores called glycogen or by manufacturing glucose from proteins. In any case, glucose levels rise to give us energy to get us moving. The body then compensates for this early morning glucose release by producing more insulin, which keeps blood sugar levels within the normal range. And this is in fact a normal response. This occurs in everyone, whether they have diabetes or not. But in prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, there is one additional factor that impacts both the overnight glucose production and the rise in glucose, and that is decreased insulin production or decreased utilization of insulin. Decreased utilization of insulin is the most common reason. Even though your body may be producing sufficient insulin during the night, your cells are not opening in response to insulin due to insulin resistance. And as a result, you experience higher than normal blood sugar levels in the morning. This is the dawn phenomenon. Another possible, though less common cause of high blood sugar levels in the morning is known as the Somogyi effect, also known as rebound hyperglycemia. This effect is more common in people taking insulin. So the Somogyi effect occurs when your blood sugar drops too low during the night, and as a result your emergency system is activated, and this sends messages to your hormones and organs to stimulate more glucose production to help raise your levels, leading to higher than normal blood sugar levels in the morning. So as I said, it's like a rebound hyperglycemia. So while both the dawn phenomenon and the Somogyi effect can cause high blood sugar, they have different triggers. The dawn phenomenon is a natural rise in blood sugar due to those hormonal changes, whereas the Somogyi effect is a rebound from low blood sugar during the night. For most people, it will be due to the dawn phenomenon, as we've just covered, but if you're taking insulin and trying to identify why your blood sugar is so high in the morning, you might want to wake yourself up during the night to test your levels, just in case this might be your situation and your insulin dose needs to be adjusted.
Are you ready to take charge of your diabetes health? Dr. Jetta's T2 diet program has been clinically proven in a randomized controlled trial to dramatically reduce A1C, weight, and medications in just 16 weeks. The T2 diet program will guide you step by step to discover an eating plan that feels natural and sustainable for you, and most importantly, works to get results. Learn more and join the program today at type2diabetestalk.com/programs.
Okay, so now that we've established the primary cause of high morning levels, there are also other factors that contribute to high morning levels as well. If your daily blood sugar averages are coming in well above the normal healthy range for blood sugar levels, chances are your fasting levels are going to be high as well. What you eat and when you eat can significantly impact your morning blood sugar levels. Regardless of the time of day though, poor food choices will impact your glucose levels negatively. Then there's other things to consider. For example, a large meal or a high carbohydrate meal late in the evening can lead to elevated blood sugar in the morning. The timing and dosage of your diabetes medications, including insulin, can also affect your morning blood sugar. So if your medication isn't timed correctly or if the dose isn't right, it can lead to fluctuations in your blood sugar levels. Physical activity plays a crucial role in your overall blood sugar management, and a sedentary lifestyle can lead to higher blood sugar levels, as exercise helps your body use insulin more effectively. Then there's stress and poor sleep quality. These can also contribute to high morning blood sugar levels. Stress triggers the release of hormones like cortisol, which can raise blood sugar. And similarly, inadequate or poor quality sleep can disrupt your body's natural rhythms and impact blood sugar regulation. So a main contributor to higher morning levels is the dawn phenomenon, which is something you can't really control. It's a natural body response. But there are also things you have within your control and can influence, and there are also proven strategies to lower morning levels too. So let's cover some of these now. Let's start with dietary adjustments, which, as I always say, diet and nutrition are your number one treatment strategy, and that's certainly true for your morning levels as well. It's important to remember that the quality of your overall diet and nutrition significantly influences your daily blood sugar levels, which in turn affect your morning readings. So the more you focus on getting your daily numbers in the healthy range, the better your morning levels will be too. It's all connected. We've covered what to eat to treat diabetes back in episode 6, so we're not going to get into too much detail on that right now. Please listen to episode 6 if you need more info. But I guess the key thing here is that if your daily levels, for instance, your after meal levels, are coming in over 140 milligrams per deciliter or 7.8 millimoles per litre, work on that as a primary goal as well, because it will offset your morning levels too. A couple of important things to consider in addition to your overall diet and nutrition are the importance of a balanced evening meal, not eating too late, and avoiding high-carb snacks at night. So having a balanced evening meal is essential for maintaining stable blood sugar levels throughout the night. A meal that includes a mix of protein, healthy fats, and non-starchy veggies can help prevent spikes and crashes in blood sugar. Really, all meals are best when they contain a balanced blend of protein, healthy fats, and non-starchy vegetables. You don't want to be loading up on too many carbs at any time of day really, but particularly for your evening meal. Don't load up on too many carbs. Don't eat dinner too late. It's generally recommended to consume the majority of your food before 8 p.m. Late night snacking, especially on high carbohydrate foods, can significantly impact your morning blood sugar levels. To avoid this, try to limit late night snacks, but if you must snack on something, choose options that are lower in carbohydrates and high in protein or healthy fats. For example, a small handful of nuts or a piece of cheese can be a better choice than cookies, candy, or chips. If you want to try restricting your eating window to 10 hours during the day, for example, have your evening meal at 6 p.m., then your breakfast at 8 a.m. This can also help lower fasting levels by around 8 milligrams per deciliter or 0.4 millimoles per litre. In some cases, it can be more, but that's the average seen in some studies where people are restricting their eating window to 10 hours during the day. So just to recap that, your overall diet and nutrition and your daily levels are important to your morning levels. And then having a balanced, lower carb meal at night before 8 p.m. is best, and limiting late night snacking, and you could try restricting your eating window to 10 hours. These can all have an influence on your morning levels. Then, of course, as we already covered, lifestyle factors can support improvements in morning sugar levels too. Make sure you get a good restful sleep every day, because lack of sleep can increase cortisol production, your key stress hormone, and one of the dawn hormones as well. And this pushes glucose levels higher. Keep a cap on stress and get regular exercise, again, all key factors in our overall health and in blood sugar too. That's the thing. Morning blood sugar levels, they're all tied up with everything else you do throughout the day and day in and day out. So both diet and lifestyle are important considerations. In addition to keeping overall lifestyle routines on track, there are some scientifically proven strategies that can really help. So let's go over those now. One really easy thing to try that was discovered in a small study, and I've been sharing with people for years and seems to work very well for many of our members, is to have apple cider vinegar and cheese before bed. So in this study, they found that 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with 1 ounce or 28 grams of cheddar cheese, which is just 1 slice of cheese, before bed, may help reduce morning glucose by 4 to 6%. Cheese on its own may reduce it by 2%, but the acetic acid in the vinegar exerts additional positive influence. Let's hear what our members have to say.
Vicky said, I have to say thank goodness for DMP. When I found you, my husband's A1C was 8.5. A few months later, his A1C is 5.8. I have found your service to be a lifesaver, by the way. One thing that sticks in my mind is how very confusing everything is, as you are told so many different things. I found all your information to be direct and accurate, and disregarded everything else I heard. We found the library more helpful than anything else. For instance, my husband had a big problem trying to get his morning number down. So, I read the simple answer, and his numbers have been perfect in the morning. Amazing. Thank you again for helping me help my husband.
We've had many members like Vicky's husband use this method with success, so try it yourself. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, mix in some water with 1 slice of cheddar cheese before bed. It's great that these studies are available, and even though they're only small, when we try them in real experience, when we try them with many of members, they don't work for everyone, okay, that's true, but for many people they do, so there is no harm in giving these methods a try. There are a variety of therapeutic supplements that have been shown to be effective in reducing fasting glucose levels as well. So I'll go over these briefly here, but if you're one of our members, we have a whole guide on therapeutic supplements for fasting levels. So we'll put that in the show notes in the members library with episode 38. And if you're not one of our members, we'll provide a short table listing some of these in the show notes on our website alongside episode 38. So firstly, berberine, which we covered in episode 21, is effective for helping to lower morning levels. Over 13 weeks, the average reduction is 68 milligrams per decilitre or 3.78 millimoles per litre. So that's a pretty impressive reduction. Remember, I always include the milligrams or millimoles because it depends where you live in the world, and we have members and listeners from all parts of the globe. So when it comes to the supplements, berberine has the best outcomes for fasting levels that I've seen so far. Aloe vera supplementation or juice has been shown to lower fasting levels by an average of around 46 milligrams per decilitre or 2.6 millimoles per litre. So that's a good outcome too. Garlic, taken for 8 to 24 weeks, has been shown to lower fasting levels by an average 35.8 milligrams per decilitre or 2 millimoles per litre. Again, another good outcome. L-carnosine has been shown to lower fasting levels by an average 13 milligrams per decilitre or 0.7 millimoles per litre over 12 weeks. Not as great as the berberine, garlic or the aloe vera, but still an okay outcome. And then there's things like chromium and cinnamon that have also shown benefits for fasting levels, though again the outcomes weren't as big as the ones I'd mentioned earlier. Other things to consider are your medications. Do they need adjusting? Talk to your doctor about the timing or dosage of your insulin, for example, or other diabetes medications, just to see if any changes might influence your morning levels. And we also covered regular exercise as being important, stress management with things like mindfulness or yoga, for example, and sleep quality with consistent 7 to 9 hours per night. So to wrap up, today we've delved into the intricacies of morning blood sugar levels, a concern that many of you face. We started by explaining the dawn phenomenon, the natural hormonal process that elevates blood sugar in the early morning hours. This is a common cause for higher morning readings due to the release of those hormones that we discussed. We also touched on the Somogyi effect, a less common but possible cause of high morning blood sugar, particularly in those taking insulin. This rebound hyperglycemia occurs when the blood sugar drops too low during the night, triggering a counter response that raises blood sugar levels by the morning. Additionally, we talked about other factors that can influence your morning blood sugar, such as diet, meal timing, medication, physical activity, stress, and sleep quality. Maintaining a balanced diet, particularly in the evening, avoiding late night high-carb snacks or high-carb meals, and ensuring the regular physical activity, the stress management, the sleep quality, all of those things can all play a significant role in managing your blood sugar levels, including your morning blood sugar levels, because as we said, these are all connected factors. We also highlighted some practical strategies, including the benefits of using therapeutic supplements, which can really make a difference. And that cheese and vinegar tip, that really works for many people. So please do give it a try. And if you give any of these a try and see improvements, drop me an email and let me know about it. I'd really love to hear about how these tips are helping you to improve your diabetes health. One more thing before we close off. If you enjoyed today's info, please leave the podcast a 5-star rating or review. Your rating really does help us reach more people who could benefit from our discussion, so I'd really appreciate it if you could take the time to do that. In the next episode, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of magnesium and its numerous health benefits for type 2 diabetes and prediabetes. As always, take care and have a great week. Dr. Jeddah, over and out.
Thanks for tuning in to Type 2 Diabetes Talk. Please subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform. And for episode replays, episode notes, and more, visit type2diabetestalk.com. New episodes are available Tuesdays, 10 a.m. US Eastern Time, or your time zone equivalent. Thanks again. We're truly grateful to be a part of your life and help make a real difference.